up by the great Colt McCoy for the first time ever. Former NFL and Texas Longhorn great Colt McCoy is bringing a celebrated youth football camp to Fort Worth. It's the 15th anniversary of the Colt McCoy Performance Camp. More than just football, all proceeds from the camp benefit the Cook Children's Healthcare System in Fort Worth. He joins us now. Good morning, Colt. How we doing today?
Colt.
Thanks for joining.
Hey, thanks for having me, boys. I'm doing good.
Man, it's so you've been doing this camp for 15 years. Like, what was the first thing that got you into wanting to do camps? Because you were still playing at the time. Like, what made you want to get into the camps that early during your playing days?
I just started camp whenever I went to the NFL. My dad was my high school coach, and he was like, "Hey, let's do a camp. Let's bring a bunch of kids. Let's give them some good instruction, some good skills, and talk life and talk football with them." And I was like, "All right, let's do it." A lot of it was for scholarship kids that from the Boys and Girls Club and from other places that could come over, and you just kind of pour into them for a couple days, and it was awesome. And I was like, after the first year, I said, "Man, I want to keep doing this." I brought out most of my coaches that coached me in junior high and high school that were all on my dad's staff, and it was great. And so now, we're 15 years into it. A lot of the same coaches. Now they're all head coaches across the state of Texas and have won tons of games. And so these kids and these youth are getting great instruction, great teaching. We have awesome time. We run 40s. We get a good time. We play games. You get a lot of skill and instruction, throwing and catching the football. So it's a ton of fun. I look forward to it every year. And this year all the proceeds benefit Cook Children's Hospital here in Fort Worth, which is it's really an awesome partnership, and really excited about it.
What's Colt McCoy the coach like? Because I know some players can do it, but they can't teach it right. They can't explain it. Some guys are great at it. What's Colt McCoy the coach like?
I wouldn't say I'm great at it. I bring great coaches in. My patience level. I'm more of a, hey, just watch me do this and do it like I do it kind of coach, which isn't a great coach. But I'm working on it. I coached my girls softball team this year. They're 8 and 9-year-old team, and I coached my son's little baseball team. And so I had to really dive deep and start learning how to be a real coach.
Your daughter's going to want to go to UT and be a softball player there. They won the national championship. Yeah. Hey, by the way, Colt, you're one of my favorite. I went to OU, but you're one of my favorite quarterbacks, period. I just want you to know that from the high school days, UT, and then I was just telling Choppy, I was like, in my mind, Colt, you were Chase Daniel before Chase Daniel, one of the best backup quarters, even though you were a starting quarterback too. I was like, you were always ready and you were always going to play. And so you were had an extended NFL career because you were just great at knowing wherever you were going to be, the system, and being accountable. With that being said, I used to always wonder if you would ever – did you ever come close to being the Cowboys' backup quarterback? I always thought that you would be the Dallas Cowboys' backup quarterback, and it just never happened.
Yeah. That's a good question. Listen, I love playing as long as I did. I would have played longer. I battled injuries. I never battled injuries in college. Once I got to the NFL, man, it was like I could give you 3 games and then something would pop up. And that was really frustrating. But to look back on it and know that I battled through a lot of that and got to play for 14 years, that was pretty special. Didn't meet all your goals and dreams and things you wanted to accomplish, but you learned a bunch, and I really choose gratitude for those 14 years. Cowboys never called me, man. I would have loved it.
I thought so, man. I was like, man, Colt's right. Well, you're in the Derrick Henry category. There's a lot of people that want to play for the Cowboys, right. and they never called him.
Colt McCoy joined us here on 105 through the Fan. How do you like doing media now? You're with Big Ten Network, right?
It's been fun. I don't know that I would consider myself a media guy. I don't value my opinion that much, to be honest. I do love talking football. That's what I've done my whole life. And whether that's, calling games and broadcasting or jumping on, people's podcasts or different radio shows, I enjoy that. But again, I've just been around the game for so long. My dad was my high school coach, but he was a coach his whole life. So I was, the water boy at 3 years old. I love to watch it. I love to play it. I love to talk about it. It's been pretty fun.
All right, you're the commissioner of college football for a day. Are you fixing NIL or the CFP first?
Oh my gosh! I mean, listen, both of those are things that need to get fixed. But I would say NIL first.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the competition is fine. Like, be the best. Go win the college football playoff. What more do you want? I don't care if there's one team or 17 teams. Like, just go win it. NIL. My issue is that we gotta figure out the transfer portal,
mm-hmm.
and I think there's a lot to figure out. And I'm no expert on this matter, but to keep the sanctity of college football, I want the team, and I want it to be team and not corporate, right? It's not free agency every year. I want there to be, there's reasons why guys transfer and things pop up. You're injured, or you lose your spot, or your coach leaves, or situations change. I get that, but just bouncing around. To me, if we can control a little bit of that and help in that way, I think everything else kind of filters down from there.
We're talking to the great Colt McCoy. This is 105.3 The Fan, the Shan and RJ Show, and Colt, bringing up college football back when you were. Well, put it like this: have you had a chance to talk with Arch Manning much? And I'm asking all this because you're a legend for the UT Longhorns, and you had to follow Vince Young, and you had a stellar career yourself, but still, quarterback for UT is a very interesting position.
Yeah, it's like being an NFL quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
the media and the pressures, and it's a privilege for sure. I spent a lot of time with Arch. I mean, listen, Arch is a great young quarterback, and he's got a lot to prove, a lot to go. He's excited. I think us as fans are excited to watch him play. I think Quinn did a great job. I think if you look at where the program is, Sark has done a wonderful job of building a team and building the team he wants. And when you have a good, healthy quarterback room, the rest of the team kind of follows that. And so his ability to have managed Quinn and Arch in the same room and groomed Arch to kind of be ready to take over this, I just think it's a really healthy place and healthy environment right now in college football. I don't think there's anybody better than Sark at recruiting talent and retaining talent and growing talent. I mean, I know that Texas, has an edge that way with Coach Sark. So excited to watch Arch play, but excited to watch this team. I mean, it's a tough schedule. There's a lot of new faces. I mean, you got a first-year quarterback coming into his own that everybody's talking about, but you got 5 new offensive linemen that are playing in front of him, right? You got a whole new secondary. You got a few new receivers, new tight end. Like there's a lot of new faces that they're going to have to get experience real quick. I mean, you go up to Ohio State week 1, you got to go to Florida, you got to go to Georgia, you got to play Oklahoma in the Cotton Bowl.
Oh,
I mean, that's not an easy schedule. So I'm excited. I'm fired up. I think Arch is going to be great. But this team has got to really mature quickly because they lack experience that they had last year.
Man, you bring that schedule, especially that road schedule, with 5 new offensive linemen and a new quarterback. That's nightmarish. Hey, I always had this question about Texas because it's a great mystery to me how they haven't won more championships with all the talent. Is there more noise around that program as a player that at 18, 19 years old you're just not equipped to handle? Like, is it? You know what I mean? Is it you said it's like an NFL job. Is there just too much noise for basically a kid to have to deal with?
I don't know if it's too much. It's just it's the flagship school in Texas. It's where everybody wants to play. And, I count my blessings because I came in as a nobody. I lowered our overall class ranking because I wasn't really ranked coming out of high school, right? So I didn't have to deal with, you're crowned as king when you walk on campus, like Vince Young or Garrett Gilbert or Quinn Ewers or Arch Manning, who are all the top-rated recruits in the country, right? That's a different animal, right? But then you play as a freshman and, you go out there and win a bunch of games and you win a bunch of awards, and then all of a sudden, like, wow, you feel it. The expectations all of a sudden went from, really nothing to, we want to win a natty every year. And so you feel that. You walk around campus, you're this quarterback for the University of Texas. It's a privilege, but it's a job, and it's stressful. And when you make that transition from college to the NFL, it really felt the same for me. And I think that's one of the unique parts of being able to have the opportunity to play football at the University of Texas.
Hey, Colt, is there still room in the camp? When is it? Where is it? Tell us all the details.
Yeah, tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. I've had this camp in Austin for years. Moved to Fort Worth after I retired last year. It's been awesome. So thankful to live here, but also to be back in the state of Texas. Wanted to have my football camp in Fort Worth where I live. It's going to be awesome. Friday and Saturday, 9 to noon. There's still some room for signups. I've got about 25 coaches that are great coaches that are coming to coach and instruct and teach these kids. I'll be out there. May have a few special guests come out. But yes, you can sign up. You can show up. It's at All Saints here on the west side of Fort Worth, Friday and Saturday from 9 to noon.
Hey, before you go, did I hear you correct? Did you say you live in Fort Worth now?
I do. I live in Fort Worth now. How about that?
That's my side of town.
Yeah.
My town. All right.
Shout out Fort Worth.
Yeah, my neighbor. All right. Hey, Colt, we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. ColtMcCoyCamp.com for register.
Okay. Appreciate it, guys.
Yes, sir.
Great Colt McCoy.